In this lab, we will verify different properties of Z transform using MATLAB functions. In the previous lab, we have already performed different verifications of Laplace transforms and Fourier transforms using MATLAB functions. So the first property of Z transform is linearity. As we are already familiar with this property, linearity property states that if there are two signals in time domain and we multiply both the signals with scalar quantities as stated here A1 and A2, after adding those signals and by taking its Z transform, it will be equal to, if we multiply the Z transform of individual signal by the same scalar quantity plus the Z transform of other signal multiplied by the second scalar quantity. So the process is simple. First of all, we need to define the signals x1 and x2, and we can assume any two scalar quantities for a1 and a2. We will write a function to compute the right side and left side. If the answer of both sides are same, then we can say linearity property has been verified through MATLAB functions. Here is the example code given. As we know, first of all, we need to define two symbolic variables n and z to compute the Z transform. The first signal we are assuming here is n square. So in MATLAB we will write it like n power 2. And the second signal x2 is 2 power n. The two scalar quantities will be a1, which is equal to 3, and a2, which is equal to 4. So the expression will be a1 multiplied by x1 plus a2 multiplied by x2 as stated here in the equation. Now we will take Z transform of this expression, and Z transform will be computed by the function of MATLAB ztrans. In the same way, we will compute the right side. For the right side, first of all, we need to compute the Z transform of x1 and Z transform of x2. Once we have computed the transforms of both signals, then we will multiply those answers to scalar quantities. Here you can see x1 is the Z transform of first signal and capital X2 is the Z transform of second signal. Then we will compute the right side, which will be a1 multiplied by capital X1 plus a2 multiplied by capital X2, which denotes the transform Z transform of x1 and x2 signals. And after running this script, we will get the answer of left hand side and right hand side, and here you can see the result of both sides, which are same. So we can state that the linearity property has been verified through MATLAB functions in Z transform. The second property is shifting. shifting property states that if x of z is the z transform of x of n and x of n is causal, so in that case, if we shift the signal by a value of m, in that case its z transform will be multiplied by z power minus m. So to prove this property, first of all we need to assume a signal and the value of m, which is actually shift. So here you can see, first of all we will define symbolic variable n and z, and we are assuming value of m is equal to 2 in that case. Then x1 is equal to 3 power n minus m. So this is the signal we are assuming here, multiplied by Heaviside n minus m. To calculate the left side, we will take its z transform and it will return the answer of left side. To compute the right side, first of all we need to transform our actual signal into x of z, and we know our actual signal is 3 power n multiplied by u of n. So here you can see x is equal to 3 power n multiplied by u of n, which is written as Heaviside of n in MATLAB. After that we will compute z transform by using z trans function, and then we will multiply this x of z with the power of z power minus m. So you can see x is multiplied by z power minus m. After running this script, we will get the answer for left hand side and right hand side, which are same. So the second property, which is a shifting property, has been verified using MATLAB function. The next property is scaling in Z domain. If we want to scale a signal in Z domain, we need to multiply our actual signal, which is in time domain, by a power minus n. If we multiply our signal x of n with a power minus n, in that case our signal in Z domain will be compressed, or here we can see the expression x a of z. And we know if we multiply a scalar quantity, in that case signal will be compressed. If we want to expand the signal, in that case the negative sign will be replaced by the positive sign, or we can simply write a of n. In that case our signal will be expanded in Z domain. So in this way we can scale our signal in Z domain. Here we can see we have a signal x is equal to 4 power n. After taking its transform, we will get capital X. For the case 1, here we will replace our z with a multiplied by z. The case 1 is a case of compression, and here we are using subs, which is actually a function of substitute. So this command will substitute the z with a multiplied by z, whereon on the left hand side we need to multiply a power minus n multiplied by x. After getting this expression, we will take z transform of this. If the right hand side is equal to left hand side, then we can say the property of scaling has been verified. In the same way, we can go for the second case, and the second case states that z over a, which is actually expanding the signal, if we substitute x of z and substitute z with z over a, it will be equal to this left hand side, which is actually x of n multiplied by a of n, and after computing this expression we will perform z transform of this signal by using z trans function, and both sides should be equal. And then there is another special case which states that if a is equal to exponential j omega naught, in that case we will get signal which will be multiplied by this exponential in z domain. So after the next property is time reversal. Time reversal property states that if we reverse the time of a signal in time domain and after taking its z transform, we will get the answer x of z minus 1 instead of x of z. We can verify this property by running the given code in MATLAB. So here a signal is given x, the values are 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the n is 0, 1, 2, 3. So first of all we will find the z transform of this signal. Here we are using summation to compute the z transform of this signal by multiplying the signal with z power minus n, as initially we have studied in the z transform for the computation of z transform. After computing the z transform, we will store the value in capital X, and as we can see here we will get the result x of z minus 1 instead of z. So we will substitute the z with z power minus 1, and in the next line we are substituting z with z power minus 1. In this way we will get the right side. After that we will reverse the signal, and here you can see n has been reversed and also the value of x has been reversed. We will use the same methodology to compute the z transform for this signal, and this will return the left side of the property. By running this script we can see that right hand side is equal to left hand side, so the time reversal property can be verified by this methodology in z transform. Next property is differentiation in z domain. This property states that if we have a signal x of n and by taking its z transform it will return x of z. So by differentiating that x of z with respect to z and multiplying it with minus z, it will be equal to the z transform of n x of n. So this property can be proved by assuming any signal x of n and multiplying it with a value of n. So here you can see we will start from the symbolic variable, then x is equal to 0.9 power n. Left hand side will be equal to z transform of n x of n. So n multiplied by x. After that, if we see on the right side, which is equal to z transform of x multiplied by minus z. So here you can see z transform, and after differentiating with respect to z and multiplying it with minus z, we will get the result of left hand side and right hand side. Here we can see both results are equal, so we can state that this property, which is differentiation in the z domain, has been verified. The next property is summation. Summation property states that if we sum up all the values of our time domain signal and by taking its z transform, it will return the answer x of z with the multiplication of z over z minus 1. Again, we have to write the code for this property. We are assuming that x is equal to n square. Then we will sum up x from 0 to n, as it is mentioned here. Summation limits are 0 to n. After sum up, we will find its z transform by using z trans function. This will return the left hand side value of this property. If we see on the right hand side here, we need to multiply z over z minus 1 with x of z. So here you can see x is equal to z transform of x, and to compute the right hand side of the equation, we are multiplying it with z over z minus 1 multiplied by capital X, which is actually z transform of our actual signal. In this way, after running this script, we can see the results, and the summation property can be proved using MATLAB in this way. Now we will discuss the convolution in the time domain. This property states that if we convolve two signals x1 and x2 in time domain, and after taking its z transform, the resultant will be equal to the multiplication of both signals z transforms. Or we can state it like, if we convolve two signals in time domain, so it will be equal to inverse z transform of the multiplication of both signals z transform. So to prove this property, first of all we need to signals x1 and x2. We will convolve those two signals. After performing convolution, we will find the Z transform of the resultant value, which should be equal to the multiplication of both the signals Z transform.